Welcome to day 2 of the Optimal 1000 here. I hope you enjoyed day 1. If you haven't watched it, you can click the link in the description down below. It'll take you over there. If day 1 didn't convince you to potentially download the route and take this trip, then I think day 2 might do it. Day 2 was just beautiful. We went from Imnaha, of course, which is where we ended up last night, to Orofino, Idaho, where we stayed at the Konkolville Motel. The Konkolville Motel, if you haven't heard of it, is a motorcycle destination. A lot of people ride there and stay. It's a really, really nice place. They have a pool, a hot tub, and one of the cool things about the Konkolville Motel is they ask you when you pay for your room if you want the steak and potatoes. And of course we got the steak and potatoes. What they do is they bring it out and they throw it all on the grill and then they walk off. The rest is up to you. You have to cook it the way you want it, and it's just a really cool experience. And the steak is unbelievable. These steaks were huge. I don't know how big they were, but they were probably they could have been 16-ounce steaks, real thick, just delicious cuts of steak. So this morning, right now, what we're doing, we just left Imnaha and we are climbing up to the Zumwalt Prairie. You'll see it here in just a minute. This little morning ride up here, though, up to the prairie was just this is just a real fun road right here. After the Zumwalt Prairie, we headed across a kind of a ridge over to the Buckhorn lookout, which you can see the Imnaha Canyon and you can see Hell's Canyon, and you just see all these ridges of mountains. One of the coolest things I've ever seen. You'll see that here in just a few as well. Which brings me to the story of the Optimal 1000. Why do we call it that? Well, when we were up after the Buckhorn lookout, when we were up on the ridge, coming across, trying to head towards Washington, Tim got something flew into his helmet. We still don't know what it is till this day, but it bit him a couple of times. It bit him once in the cheek and once right next to his eye, and it got him good, and it swelled up pretty good over the next day or two. And he had to, slam on the brakes, skid to a stop. I slid right past him and didn't know what was going on. We were connected via intercom, and I could hear him, something was going on, but I didn't know what. So I went back there, and he thought he had gotten stung by a bee. Anyway, make a long story short, later we were talking about it over comm, and he thought, maybe it was just a horsefly or something. And I said, "Oh, that'd be optimal." And I think he thought that was funny because, it didn't happen to me. Of course, if it happened to me, it probably wouldn't be optimal. But ever since I said that, it's kind of stuck. And when certain situations happen, we'll bring it up. We'll say optimal. Kind of a funny story. Not really probably for Tim, but anyhow, after the optimal comment, we went down into Hell's Gate on the Washington side, and up to Clarkston, Lewiston, and then that's where we had lunch. We had lunch in Clarkston, great little spot. I'll post a picture of it here when we get to that point in the video, so that you know which spot it is, because it was definitely a spot I'd like to go back to if I ever go through there again. After Clarkston, we headed up the Lewiston grade towards Moscow, where I almost lost my breakfast skillet because it is a windy highway up out of there. I think it was US 95, but a beautiful ride out. Really nice, smooth pavement, and it was really great. After Moscow, we went down into Orofino on Old Idaho 7, which was a beautiful descent down into Orofino, where the Dvorak reservoir is right up above that, and that's where the Konkolville Motel is, and highly recommended place to stay. So enjoy day 2 here, and we'll see you on the next one.
Still I fold them to pray to the one unchanged yesterday and today. Oh Yahweh, I will try to stay awake, take my last breath of faith as I wait for take me beyond this land undone, over the flood, by your word, spirit and blood. Prophesied long ago, every word set in stone, not one will fall away or walk alone. All that I own does not compare to the love that we shared. Please remember me when the hour arrives, and you must decide if you'll wait for me to come take you beyond this land undone, over the flood, by my word, spirit and blood.
Oh, I just don't even know how to put this day into words. I'm so glad that I have the video so that I can relive this, especially now because it's winter time when I'm putting this video together. What a just beautiful, beautiful morning we had on this day. Through the Zumwalt plains, up to the Buckhorn lookout. Now we're about to head back down the mountain. You can see that the terrain's starting to degrade, and it'll just continue to do that as we go down the mountain. It gets a little rocky as we head into Hell's Gate on our way to Clarkston for breakfast. We did all of this morning before breakfast, so I think it was a little over 100 miles if I remember right, the whole day was 257 miles. So after we get done with breakfast, the rest of the day is mostly pavement, but still just tons of beauty to be seen. So keep watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy.
Brother, come on, open up your eyes. Quit believing all those lies that the devil been telling you. Sister, I know that it happened again, but girl, you know that you got a friend, 'cause I've been there too. Brother, you could take off the mask you wear, quit acting like you don't care about the things that are killing you. Sister, don't go that way no more. You've been down that road before, and I'm in love with you. Oh, yeah. And everyone says that it's alright living in darkness every night, but I think it's time. I'm ready to give up all my sin, but I don't know where to begin. And I think it's time to find out and make that change. I've been lonely too, many days pass by. What's done is done. I give up my life. I've been running through the night towards the light of the sun. Now I'm free. Bring a little love for me, now sweet love.